What is up, YouTube? I just got off of an extensively long phone call, and I want to shoot this video for you. Realm of the Sea Emperor came out today. It is Tuesday, October 16th, 2012, and let me come around on this side of the table. It is a good day for Yu-Gi-Oh! We get Atlanteans finally. Very, very cool. They're legal today. Yeah, TBS Comics, $10. I already bought 3. Woohoo. I already opened 2 of them. They already kind of got parted out a little bit. But this one, still sealed for you guys, and I'm going to go through it and give you my review. And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about good and bad cards, just like I've done with Dark Worlds and Chaos Dragons, things like that. It seems like a good, helpful tool for you guys, and it gives you guys ideas to make a deck or to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! When a good structure deck like this comes out, it's a good point to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! So, although this one might not be as cheap of a deck to develop from 3 structure decks as Dark Worlds and Chaos Dragons were, it's just as good if you have a little bit more money to spend. So, I'm going to go over Poseidra. Poseidra right off the bat. It's a decent boss monster. Let me get out another copy so you can see that one and I can read this one. Alright. It says you can tribute 3 level 3 or lower water monsters. And that's a cost. So just so you guys know, that is not an inherent summon. That is going to go tribute 3 for cost, activate Chain Link 1. Okay? It says special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. So you tribute 3, activate. If this resolves, special. From hand or graveyard. So Thunder King cannot negate this. So there you go. Just letting you guys know on that. Thunder King cannot negate that. So it's an effect. Chain Link 1. When you do, return all spell and trap cards on the field to the hand. And if you do, if 3 or more cards are returned to the field by this effect, all monsters your opponent currently control lose 300 attack for each. So he's overall not that bad. I enjoy him a lot in this deck. He isn't great just because he takes 3 monsters, unlike Grapha, which was 1 monster, or unlike Light Pulsar Dragon, which was no monsters on your field or hand. It was in your graveyard to banish him. Although if you were in a tough situation and Light Pulsar was in your graveyard, you could send or discard 2 from your hand to the graveyard, Light and Dark, to special him. But he reaches a new low for these broken boss monsters that have been coming out, like Machina Fortress, Grapha, and Light Pulsar Dragon. So, he's not bad, but guys, he's not the broken card you want him to be. Atlantean's awesomeness does not lie in this card, so I'll keep going. Don't disclude him, though. He is a good card, so don't just disclude him. I'll just keep moving. Dragoons. Now, that is a good card right there. Atlantean Dragoons. All face-up level 3 or lower Sea Serpent type monsters you control can attack your opponent directly. That's not too bad. It's he's an 18 beater, 0 defense, 4-star water Sea Serpent. When this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, add a Sea Serpent monster from your deck to your hand except Dragoons himself. So he can't add himself, but you can do a lot of cool things. Like if he's on your field and, well, no, not him specifically, because it's level 3 or lower. But, what other things come in this deck? I'll just keep going. So, he is very good. Do not forget him. He is extremely, extremely good. So, we'll keep going. I don't want to spoil other things. Call of the Atlanteans. It's an okay spell. It's not great. It's not bad. It says, target 3 level 3 or lower Sea Serpent monsters in your graveyard. That's the cost. Special summon all 3 of them. You cannot special summon a monster or monsters during the turn you activate this card. So you can either set it, it's a quick play spell, and in phase on your opponent's turn activate it, special 3, and on your turn tribute them for Poseidra. Or on your turn, if you have something else to do, like, oh wow, I have a Caius in my hand. Play this, special 3 from my graveyard, tribute 1 for a Caius, blow something up. So it's not bad. So it's definitely cool to do. It just sucks that you can't exceed or synchro summon with these guys. So, whatever, keep going. Marksman. This motherfucker is just as good as Dragoons, in my opinion. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Atlantean Sea Serpent type monster from your deck, except Marksman. When this card is sent when this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, target one set card your opponent controls and destroy that card. That's really good. I don't care who the fuck you are. That's a good card, and I'll tell you how to do that later. Heavy Infantry. This dude is amazing. I'm going to shorten his effect. While he's on the field during your main phase, if you control another... No, that's it. During your main phase, while he's on the field, you can normal summon an additional time, but it has to be a sea serpent. So, yeah. That's pretty fucking broken. You can also set a card, too, so that's not that bad. You can only gain this effect once per turn, so don't try to abuse that, guys. Although I wish we could abuse it a little more than we can. Then he says, if he's discarded to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, target a face-up card your opponent controls and destroy that card. So, he destroys face-ups, he destroys face-downs, he searches for anything, these special summon guys, and Poseidra's your boss monster. Next, Atlantean Pikeman. Are you fucking serious? They threw this in there as a troll card because he was technically the first Atlantean card. We're gonna take him and put him in the stack of I'm glad you guys gave me a free card. Atlantean Attack Squad. He came out in the last booster pack we had. While this card gains 800 attack while you control a face-up fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster other than this card. Very, very good. He goes to a 2200? Are you fucking serious? Normal summon Diva, special summon this, he's a 22? It's pretty good to me. So he's not a bad card at all. Lost Blue Breaker. If you guys don't know, I'm only going to go over the newer cards just to save some time. So Lost Blue Breaker, he's like an MST. He's okay. So I'm going to put him in the middle pile, the medium pile. So we have good cards, middles, and just thanks for giving me a cool card. Armed Sea Hunter is okay. It's meh. Spine Gilman, in my opinion, is a bad version of Atlantean Attack Squad. Although Gilman boosts everything you control, Attack Squad is going to be for your combos for Atlanteans. Deep Sea Diva, absolutely, for the rest of your life, you out there, play 3 of this motherfucker in every Atlantean deck and every mermail deck. When mermails come out in the next booster pack, Atlanteans are going to be everywhere. So this is a definite play this card. And from that, guess what? He's a 2-star Sea Serpent. Diva can bring him out. So, and Diva can also bring out these guys. So these are almost next to definites in your deck. So, Mermaid Archer's okay, but if you like it, it's up to you to play it, but we fill this deck up very fast. So I'm going to go ahead and disclude it. Same as Coderus and Warrior of Atlantis. I haven't experimented with playing Legendary Ocean in the least bit, but if you want to, you can. A friend of mine is working on Atlanteans with Legendary Ocean for now until Mermails come out, just because he thinks they have some stability, just to play like a control version, so whatever. More power to him. Abyss Soldier. If you guys are on a limited budget, this might be where you want to go for a cool tech card. If not, you might want to play this as a tech card anyway, so it's going in the middle pile. Screech? No, absolutely not. Snowman Eater is an amazing card to have in this deck, although it doesn't exactly belong in Atlanteans, but it is very, very good. So, it's good that they give you this card. It's a good side card, so I'll just... Bad cards go over here, and he's just going to be in the middle. I'll put him in the middle. Nightmare Penguin. Haha, it looks funny. Neat. I wish it was a better card, but his time has passed from him being pertinent to the game. So, no. Penguin Soldier, another one of those weird tech cards, or a side deck card. I don't think he needs to be in your main deck, same as Snowman Eater. They're not main deck cards, guys, but they can be side deck cards for you. Deep Sea Diver, or Deep Diver, whatever. He doesn't belong in this deck, but he is a good card to have in your collection. There's a lot of things that can be used from him, so. Reese is very good. She can be specialed with Diva. She could be a tech choice, so I'll put her in the middle pile. Mother Grizzly, another tech choice. Friller Rabka, I read this card like twice, and it's just not good enough to me. No, yeah, we're just not doing that. It's like a bad necro card. We're not doing that, no. We're not dealing with it. A Legendary Ocean. Once again, I don't experiment with the field spell at all, although it does make your dudes big. To me, it conflicts too much with Deep Sea Diva. Deep Sea Diva prides herself in being one of the best tuners in the game, and up until now, it was the only problem people had with playing Diva was if you drew the targets that you want her to have in the deck, then it usually was bad. So yeah, so I'm just going to disclude terraforming and the field spells, but if you guys want to play them, more power to you. But for my video, I'm going to go ahead and disclude them. Water Hazard, Aqua Jet, I don't think once per turn you can special summon a level 4 or lower water monster from your hand. It's just a Valhalla. I don't think this deck needs that help. If you choose to play a lot of Poseidras, no, it's level 4 or lower. No, disclude it. Nope. Aqua Jet. No, disclude it. Nope, done. Nope, no Aqua Jet. Surface. It can be played. It's quite good. Up to you. Moray of Greed. Once again, not that bad. Salvage. Very, very good. This comes with a Dark Hole. Fucking put it in your definite pile. Dark Hole in the definite pile over here. Dark Hole. Big Wave, Small Wave. This is a card that was popular a long time ago, and it's not, I just don't think it is in any way useful in this deck, because you're going to be searching out these divas so you can keep playing divas. It's a deck that builds an explosion, and until the point where you can play the explosion and win, and by explosion I mean a rushdown or a swarm. I guess a swarm is a more popular coded term. A swarm is what you should be wanting. So you search through your deck, get a swarm brewing, and then when you're ready, drop the swarm and win. So, Aegis of the Ocean Dragon Lord. It's not terrible in the least bit, but I don't think it's needed in this type of deck. What Atlanteans seem like they want to do is abuse Diva, so I'm going to go ahead and disclude it. If you guys, like I said, if you guys build a control deck, because I know my friend working on Legendary Ocean builds is loving this and playing Corderis as well, so I don't know. Forgotten Temple of the Deep is very, very good as well, but I'm going to disclude it because I'm not using the field spells. Tornado Wall, no field spells. Torrential, get that bitch in the definites. Gravity Bind, I'll skip that for now. Gravity Bind, I think, has lost its luster ever since Exceeds came out. Even then, before that, it was just too easy to get it off the field. So no to Gravity Bind. And Poseidon Wave, I actually haven't read this. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack, and if you do, inflict 800 damage to your opponent for each face-up sea serpent, fish, or aqua monster you control. I'd rather play Mirror Force, so no. I'd rather play a compulsory evacuation device. So, Spiritual Water Art Oi. It's not terrible in the least bit, so I'm not going to disclude it like these cards. I'm going to go ahead and put in the maybes for now. Okay, from now, since, to me, unless a deck comes with more definites than maybes, you're probably going to have to invest more money to make a deck better. So, I'm going to go ahead and review cards, a little stack of cards here that can be extremely good when worked in tandem with Atlanteans. And let me grab something else out of this deck box real quick. I hope it's in here as I'm thinking out loud. If not, I'll just discuss the card and I won't have it to show to you. And it's not in here. Poop Nuggets. Oh man, Poop Nuggets. Yep, it's not in here. Okay, that's fine. I will just have to discuss that card later. So, anyway, starting off with probably the best thing Atlanteans have going for them for a card working in tandem. Genex Undyne. If you guys have not seen Genex Undyne get used with Atlanteans, you better check this bitch out. This card's cost is sending a water monster from your deck to the grave. So you normal summon this, go through your deck and find a Dragoons, a Heavy Infantry Squad, or a Marksman and send it to the graveyard. You can also send Poseidra, but normally you want to use him to trigger one of these effects. So you send Dragoons for a cost, activate his effect, and unfortunately you have to search Gen X controller. That's the effect. This card's effect is search Gen X controller. So you activate, pay cost, chain link 1. Anything? No. Resolve, search, add to hand. Okay, separate chain link 1. Activate, search Diva, or whatever you want, add to hand. So that's kind of broken. Or you can blow up a face-up card or a set card. So let's say they have a Thunder King, and although you don't get to search this, you can activate his effect, pay cost, send this to the graveyard. Thunder King doesn't allow searching, so it doesn't say you can't activate an effect that would let you search. It just says you cannot search. So I believe, actually you might not be able to activate the effect at all. Just squash that. I will have to look that up or read Thunder King later. So anyway, so Gen X Undyne, he will trigger all these motherfuckers. Usually, right off the bat, you send Dragoons though. Dragoons is the one you want to send almost all the time. So Dragoons is a 2 or 3 of in every build of these that I've ever played. So they're definites. Until we get mermails, you guys need to play these cards for consistency in your Atlantean deck. So right now, I'm looking at 3 Divas, 2 to 3 Dragoons. I'm just gonna go ahead and start sleeving stuff for like a random skeleton. I'll go ahead and do a skeleton for you guys. 2 Gen X Undynes and 2 Gen X controllers. I should say you better play at least 2. At least 2 marksmen, at least 2 heavy infantry units, at least 1 attack squad. He is up to you. I don't think you need to play him at all, but I'll just keep working at monsters for now. The next card I want to go over is a combo piece, and although you don't need to play it, I think it is worth your while, because I'll go over a little combo here. If you play Deep Sea Diva, and you have him in your hand, you play Diva, and that's Birdman, I just showed you. Special him, activate Birdman, bounce Diva to your hand, use your other normal summon Diva, activate Diva's effect, and special summon Marksman. If your opponent has nothing on their field, you now win the game, and I'll show you how. You overlay these 2 right here for Daigusto Phoenix, use her effect, and remove either, doesn't really matter, and remove her effect for Daigusto Phoenix. It's now 3,000, 4,400 on the board, 4,000, 5,800 on the board, and then when he attacks directly, you bring out Attack Squad, wherever the fuck my attack squad went. And attack squad is a 22. So 58 plus 22 is 8,000 exactly. So just from having a Birdman and a Diva, I mean, that's really far-fetched. Don't get me wrong, but that's really far-fetched. So just showing you guys a combo, because I don't think this deck has gotten as much of a push in terms of hype as I think it should just alone. This deck is really, really good even alone. So I think you should play at least 1 Birdman. He lets you do a lot of cool plays. I usually play 2 Birdman or 3. So, especially in just Atlanteans. In mermails, you don't really need them. So, right now we've got a good little skeleton going on. So Birdman, he's amazing. Card Troopers, unless you're going to play Poseidra or salvage, like heavy salvages or big emphasis on Poseidra, I wouldn't. I have seen people do this, but I don't like it. So just throwing an idea out there. I personally hate it, but giving you guys other ideas, it's my job. Effect Veiler. Who doesn't play Effect Veiler? If I don't bring up a normal card in a video like this, like Bottomless Trap Hole, Mirror Force, it should be assumed that you could play those if you want to. Just like Effect Veiler, Max C. Unfortunately, they're expensive. Max C will be reprinted soon, so I'll just throw Effect Veiler to the side for now, because I want to discuss that at the end. Dark Hole, you better fucking believe it. Heavy Storm Reborn, you better fucking believe it. Those cards better go in. So right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You should be playing at least these 15 monsters. I'll go over it at the end. 16, 17, 18. I'll just keep going. You can play things like Mind Control, just in case you're afraid of your Deep Sea Diva getting Effect Veilered or Fiendish Chained. Summon Diva, they have a monster, they stop your Diva, you can just play Mind Control, take their monster, and Synchro Summon. So, definitely a good tech option. Pot of Duality, since I did say you build a swarm in this deck slowly, it's an amazing card to play, and I think you should play it. I have played 2 in almost every build I have played, and I have loved it, so I'm going to go ahead and suggest you guys play Pot of Duality. Just go ahead and do it. Why the hell not? Book of Moon, yeah, why not? Amazing tech option here, Enemy Controller. Once again, summon Deep Sea Diva, and they're like, oh, Effect Veiler. Chain Enemy Controller, tributing Diva, targeting one of their monsters. Diva will now resolve because when Effect Veiler resolved, she was not face up on the field. You will then take their monster and you can special summon another Diva from your deck and synchro with their monster. So that is just some sneaky shit. I love Enemy Controller, and I will always try to work in one into my deck that plays Deep Sea Divas. Double Summon. I am quite partial to this. You can do things like normal summon Undyne, search this to your hand, buy for cost, sending Dragoons, then adds this to your hand. Then you can activate Double Summon, play your Diva or your Gen X controller, whichever one. If you want to be, conservative, you can do that and make a Zinmains, or do that and make a Leviair, Leviathan, Acid Golem, whatever, a rank 3. Or you can then normal summon Diva. I got a 1-up for normal summoning Diva. And then instead of Diva, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you can bring out Heavy Attack Squad, or you can bring out anything. Like you see, you can do a lot of big plays there. So especially if you had a Birdman in your hand, if you open Undyne, double summon Diva Birdman, or if you open Undyne, double summon Birdman, you can do some of the nuttiest things I have ever seen, ever. Like you just go and you take a big dookie on their pride. So double summon though, it's hit or miss. The only time I've ever liked it is in the builds that use Undyne. So meh. Pot of Avarice, definitely a good card in my opinion. You fill your grave exceptionally fast, and it's an easy +2 or +1. So, and it recycles your deck for Divas. Foolish Burial, it's okay. The only thing you're gonna foolish is Poseidra, so meh. Unless you're playing something else that I don't know about. MST, obviously you want to make your plays. I think you guys should play 2 MSTs, at least 2. At least 2 MSTs, heavy 2 MSTs, because you can do things with Poseidra like bouncing the cards, and you get to play Marksman and Heavy Infantry to blow up other cards, so yeah. So, 2 MSTs and a Heavy, we're doing pretty well. And then Call of the Haunted, I think, is an amazing tech card, as well as Torrential Tribute. Who doesn't fucking love Torrential Tribute, as I sleeve them right now and put them in the deck. Where's the other Torrential? Oh god, I'm dropping cards. Oh god, I'm dropping cards. Where's the Torrential? There's the... Oh god, I just dropped everything. Okay, got it. Got it. We're good, guys. So, I think this deck recovers exceptionally well on field presence. You can just drop your Swarm, even if it's only a partial Swarm, from a Torrential. Like, if you +2 or +3 Torrential them, you are probably set to win anyway, so might as well start swinging. But Call of the Haunted can be really, really good in this deck, especially if you call the Haunted, let's say, Heavy Infantry, Marksman, or Dragoons, and they're playing Birdman. You can bounce that card for Birdman, and then, let me go ahead and, I'm just going to get this motherfucker out. This guy is amazing. Gungnir, absolutely broken. Atlanteans make this card really good. I will go over cards in your extra deck you need, guys, and that's going to be the killer for this. This deck is an Exceed and a Synchro deck. It's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 cards isn't a terrible skeleton, especially since I gave you guys a lot of other options and ideas for some techs. So yeah, that'll start you guys out building a decent Atlantean Gen X deck. I say Gen X because they fucking work amazingly with Birdman and Undyne, so Atlantean Gen X. I'll go over some random extra deck cards you should probably have. Scrap Dragon, you should probably have it, as well as Mistworm. My Mistworm's like over there or something, or in my other room. So Mistworm, Scrap Dragon, a Black Rose Dragon of any kind, obviously a Gungner. This is absolute, you have to have a Gungner. You can make a Gungner with a really, really basic play, and then have other water monsters in your hand like Marksman, or Heavy Infantry Squad, or Dragoons. You can even discard Marksman and blow up one card with Gungner. Marksman then blows up another set card. So that's just, you can discard, if they have a huge field, just imagine discarding 2 Heavy Infantry Squads for Gungner, blowing up their 2 back rows with Gungner, and blowing up their 2 face-up monsters with Heavy Infantry Squad. Like, just make a Gungner wipe their field. So that being said, they would have to have dead-ass back rows for you to make a Gungner play. But either way, Duloran has a lot of very, very cool plays, and I just love Duloran. So yeah. TG Librarian, you can do a lot of things with him, especially if you're going to play the double summon build. Diva to Heavy Infantry Squad, bounce Diva for Birdman, normal Diva again, get something else. Birdman and Squad can make Librarian, and Diva and the other thing can make an Armory Arm or another level 5. So you can make Gishilnodon or Cataster. So Gishilnodon's hit or miss in this. I don't think it's necessary. But Librarian and Cataster, you do that play a lot from having a Diva and a Birdman, and you draw a card from it. So it took 2 cards out of your hand, and you drew 1. So technically it only took 1 card out of your card count, and you played 2 huge monsters. So amazing stuff there. Armory Arm, absolutely get this card. When Mermails come out, you will be OTKing with this card a ton, so get it now. Acid Golem, any basic rank 3s, Leviathan, Leviair, I use him because I use 2 Birdmans in my personal build, so, and after you synchro with Birdman it gets banished, then you can make the Leviair bring something back, you can keep doing. Zinmains, definitely a must. Gachi Gachi and Daigusto Phoenix, a must for both of those. So, another card that I was looking for earlier, the trap card, is Fiendish Chain. I don't like Effect Veiler being played in this deck. Oh, ha! I almost forgot 2 really, really important tech cards. Gores and Tragodia. You will be building pluses this whole game, and the whole time you need to defend yourself. So, Gores and Tragodia, amazing. That's another reason I don't want to play the field spell. So, Gores and Tragodia. Definitely 2 amazing cards. So, anyway, going back to Veiler, I don't think you need her. I would much rather play Fiendish Chain, although that takes away from the Gores. The Fiendish Chain combos with Duloran amazingly, and Fiendish Chain also combos with Poseidra amazingly for reuse. So, I have many times used just 1 Fiendish Chain. Even though I'm playing Gores, I'll play 1 Fiendish Chain, maybe 2, and it never interferes. Sometimes, I mean, I'll heavy the field, I'll black rose the field, they'll heavy the field, they'll black rose the field, they'll MST it, in chain, not in chain, anything. So, I like Fiendish Chain in this deck a lot, so. But anyway, so hopefully this helped you guys a lot. This should give you a practical start to, let me walk around here. This should give you guys a practical start. It's a half-hour long video talking about Atlanteans and what they can do without mermails right now. They have a lot of potential, and I hope you see that with all the talk and stuff. So if you guys have any questions, want me to help you build a deck of your own, PM me or post a comment down below, and I would love to help you guys. But yeah, I'm balancing on a table right now, and this is at 30 minutes. So like, comment, subscribe, spread the word. WhosJohnGill is, why am I getting 1-ups? Anyway, motherfuckers. I don't want that many 1-ups. Anyway, alright guys, love you all. Peace.